Good morning, everybody. How are you? It's a bit of a grey day here in Cardiff, but it's actually getting better. I believe that we're going to have sunshine this afternoon, so maybe this afternoon I might go out and fly some quads, some racing drones. Who knows? Anyway, I noticed the last couple of weeks that there's been some real bad kind of interference using the Turtle Beach headset. So um, I think somebody did mention it, but whenever I listened, I couldn't hear it, and then I heard it on a video I did yesterday or the day before. It was pretty bad. Anyway, my plan today is I'm gonna live review not a new product. It's been out a while, but it's had continuous updates, and I thought I'd give it a go, show you it, and so it's not. I'm not going to do a flight because I don't. To review this, it's not essential to do a flight. I mean, yeah, it would be very pretty, but I'm not going to fly for an hour and a half just to show you something that I could show you in like 10 minutes or so. So I'm just waiting for Xplane to load up. No surprises there. Um, well, whilst we're waiting for it to load, the Zebo Mod 737 is becoming the de facto aircraft to fly. It would appear, I mean, I haven't got any data, I've no figures for this, but it would appear that almost everybody who flies X-Plane has downloaded the Zebo mod and is flying it. Obviously, there's people who fly general aviation aircraft and military aircraft, but for the fraternity, the group that fly airliners, it would appear that the 737-800 by Zebo, which is a modification of the default X-Plane 11 aircraft, uh, is is incredibly popular. Just by looking around the Facebook groups, the number of people who say things like, "I've just got X-Plane 11. What aircraft shall I download?" And beyond any other, people recommend the Zebo mod. I've read one this morning. I've just downloaded X-Plane 11. Why should I get the Zebo mod? Why can't I learn on the default 737? Well, you can learn on the default 737, but then you'd have to probably unlearn some things and relearn new things on the Zebo mod. Start off on the modified one. Um, and there have been of late some fairly not outlandish claims, but some extreme claims that the Zebo 738 is equal to the PMDG 737. Um, I, I tend to agree. The Zebo mod is an exceptional aircraft, and considering that it's freeware, because the fact that it is freeware actually kind of puts it above and beyond the PMDG 737. The mere fact that it is free and the fidelity of it, the quality of it is equal to uh, the PMDG without a doubt, and in some areas it surpasses. So not everything about the aircraft is perfect, because I mean it's having updates on a kind of continual basis. So not everything is perfect about it. The people who are involved in it are striving to make it as perfect as they possibly can. It is an exceptional aircraft, an exceptional model, and as you can see here now, it's just loaded in. It really is exceptional. So I'm just waiting for all the systems to, you know, get plugged in. The plugins and so forth and so on. And now we can hear the engine sound or the airfield sounds. So yeah, it, it is exceptional. Anyway, what I'm showing you, the demonstration I'm showing you, is not specifically just related to this aircraft. What I'm going to show you works with any aircraft, and what I'm going to show you is, well, first of all, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just turn this down a minute. Oops, not up. We'll just turn that down a minute whilst I show you what it is I'm going to show you. So let's come out of that. Not come out of it. I've just minimized it. And what I'm going to show you is this. Okay, Passengers FX. Okay, Passengers FX by Xplane Addicted. Now, Xplane Addicted are down there in Australia, and Xplane Addicted is a guy called Kevin Fitzzackerley. Kevin Fitzzackerley. Okay. For some bizarre reason, I mean, I've known Kevin for a couple of years now, and for some reason, I believed he lived in Scotland. Probably because of his last name. I didn't make an assumption. I got this feeling that he was up in Scotland, but in actual fact, he's down in Australia. So, which makes it all the rather more embarrassing. But Passengers FX is a sound add-on, and basically what it does, it adds all sorts of sounds into your aircraft. So you've got aircraft being cleaned, passengers wandering around, the crew talking to each other. It is really quite exceptional, and once again, what we're looking for with Flight Simulator is to increase immersion, isn't it? So let's just have a look at it. I think there's a Passengers FX video here. Yeah, let's just watch the British full edition for a moment. Let's open that up. Should hear this all right. Yeah, there we go. So, this is a full flight Dublin to Hamburg, and you'll hear. We'll just listen to a couple of things, and then I'll show you the package with an Xplane. Looks as though he's using the default 747 there. The ATC chatter you can hear, I think, is from ATC.live. Certainly not Passengers FX. Yeah. Certainly ATC chatter is from liveatc.net. Which, you know, you can put on in the background as well to add that extra. But of course you'll only get live ATC from certain airports. So, because that is going to take a while, I'm going to close that down. Because that is going to take quite some time to get to where I want it to be. I can do that a lot quicker. Anyway, so let's have a look. So you get the package. You get the basic edition package here, okay, and that is free. And I cannot remember the accent for the basic edition, but then you can buy extra packs. So it's like an Australian edition, Chinese, German, Indian, Italian, British, American, Jamaican, Spanish, French, and then you've got the mega pack, and the mega pack includes all of those. Okay, there's the Francais Unique Special Edition. I think it's probably in French. Yeah, it is French only edition, and then you've got a Brazilian edition as well. And so you can buy the extra packs. Now, I've got the mega pack. But if I didn't have the mega pack, I would go for the basic edition with the British, for me, obviously, with the British language on. Where is it? It's gone. There it is with the British edition. All right, and it's literally, it's based on Fly with Lua, and it works on data ref. So when a certain thing happens in the aircraft, then you hear the relevant sound. Right, so let's just go to Xplane here. Somebody asking me whether I have a gaming rig. Well, yes, I do have a gaming setup, but I only use it for flight simulation. I do play Star Wars Battlefront on it. So we're in the aircraft now. I'm going to have to turn this back up so that you can see what I'm doing. Hang on, open volume mixer. So we'll turn Xplane back up. You can hear it there. Now, when certain events take place, then you hear certain things. But for the purposes of what I'm doing, I'm just going to show you what it sounds like. I'm going to activate it so you can hear what it sounds like. So in here, I need to go to Fly with Lure. There it is. And Fly with Lure ATC. Don't want that. So we've got all the macros here. Okay. So Passengers FX Basic, Passengers FX Editions, which is the one I've got. Okay. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new version of Passengers FX, brought to you by Xplane Addicted. This is the final boarding call for your flight, so please make your way to the departure gate. Thank you, and have a pleasant journey.
There you go. So that's just the first announcement when you turn it on, but you can load a Passengers FX edition. Okay, so we've got American, Australian, Brazilian, British, Chinese, as I said, because I've got the mega pack. So I'm going to load the British one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final boarding call for your flight. Please proceed to the departure gate. Thank you and have a pleasant journey.
So there you go. You hear the British accent, yeah, because I've activated British. Let's see what the French sound like.
Mesdames et messieurs, c'est le dernier appel d'embarquement pour votre vol. Veuillez vous rendre à la porte de départ. Merci et bon voyage.
There you go. So that's the French, and that is in French. Okay. Oh, Jamaican. So that's my heritage. My father was from Jamaica. Let's have a listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final boarding call for your flight. Please proceed to the departure gate. Thank you. Have a pleasant journey.
That sounded more American than Jamaican to me, but never mind. So we go back to British. So we don't need to hear it again because I've already played it once. Right, so as I say, things happen, but I can force them to happen as well. There's an instruction manual, and basically it's just telling you before you can use it, you got to load a version that you have. So obviously it's exactly what I'm doing for you here. So there's different types of announcements. So there's crew to passengers, there's pilot to crew, pilot to passengers, and then there's custom user sounds, which you can put in yourself. Okay. So announcements codes: PTC is pilot to crew, PTP is pilot to passengers, and CTP is crew to passengers. The full manual is within the zip file when you first open it up. Okay, so let's have a listen. So announcements: pre-gate departure. So there's a number of announcements. Here we go. Listen to this one. And for some reason it's not playing. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, I know what's happened. Right, you can only change sound packs twice, and I changed them 3 times. So what happens now is I've got to reload everything, and he states that in the manual that you can only load 2 sounds, and then what will happen, so you can like put British in and American, and then if you try it again you can put something else in, but then it'll crash and it'll crash Xplane. That's an issue that Kevin is aware of, and he's working on that, and I'm sure we'll get a patch for that. So I do apologise. That was my fault. So we'll resume last flight and get it all up and run again. Scar Games. How much does your gaming setup cost? Because I would love to do flight simulation games. It can cost as well. I don't know where you are, Scar Games, so I don't know what your currency is. But say, if you're in the US, you could get a computer for $1,000, a desktop computer for about $1,000, and that would be mediocre. The more money you spend, the better equipment that you have. I've got 3 monitors. I've got an i7 processor on my computer. I've got headsets, microphones, joysticks, everything. So it depends. You'd be better off going on to YouTube and kind of having a look around, seeing how much people are spending. But $1,000 would get you a reasonable computer. $1,500 probably would get you a little bit better, and then $2,000 plus, you're really talking about a high-end computer. Some people play on laptops. They fly just using a laptop computer. I certainly wouldn't. I don't believe. I mean, there are some exceptional gaming laptops out there, but really for flight simulation, you need a desktop PC, I think, so you've got the power. Not forgetting that some people have full cockpit setups in their houses or garages or down in their cellar, underneath their house. So costing anywhere between $30,000 and $60,000. It depends how much you want to spend. You can spend not a lot and still have a good experience, but can spend an awful lot and have almost a real world experience. It really does. It really is up to you how much you spend. And I'm not going to say how much you should spend, but you can spend a lot of money. One of the things that a lot of people try to do, if they can afford it, they try to what they call future-proof themselves. So in other words, they buy the best that they can afford at the time, and that's in terms of everything: computers, processor, graphics card, peripherals such as joysticks, yokes, etc. They'll buy the best that they can afford at the time, and so future-proofing themselves for a few years, which is what I did. The machine I bought, hopefully it's going to last me a good few years yet before I have to buy another one. Right, here we are back in the aircraft, and I do apologise for that, so I'll sort that out right now. So I'm just waiting for all the systems to load themselves in, all the plugins to load in, like live traffic and FM car and such, and then there we go, and we'll hear the aircraft any minute now, I think. There we go. Let's go back to our plugins. Fly with Lua, macros.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new version of PassengersFX, brought to you by Xplane Addicted. This is the final boarding call for your flight, so please make your way to the departure gate. Thank you, and have a pleasant journey.
Okay, so I'm going to load the British.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final boarding call for your flight. Please proceed to the departure gate. Thank you and have a pleasant journey.
Alright, so I've now loaded in the British, and I'll take you through a few of the announcements and what they sound like. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final boarding call for your flight. Please proceed to the departure gate. Thank you and have a pleasant journey.
So that's crew to passengers, welcome aboard message. So we need a pilot to crew.
Cabin crew, doors to automatic please, cross-check and report.
Now you'd hear these sounds automatically as you do certain things in the aircraft. You can hear the passengers in the background and music. There you go. And if I was to go into the cabin, you'd hear that probably a little bit better.
Cabin crew, arm doors for departure. Cabin crew, please prepare for gate departure.
There we are. So prepare the gate for departure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a big favour to ask of anyone who is in an aisle seat in economy. We have a person who is very claustrophobic and she is in a window seat. We are asking if anyone is willing to move a window seat and give up your aisle seat. It would help if you were around row 37. They are in 37A and B. If anyone would give up their aisle seat, a couple could do it to move an ABC out of an aisle and a middle. If you are willing to help these people out in 37A, please raise your hand. Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's move to takeoff. Pilot to pilot.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome on board. We're currently third in line for takeoff and we expect to be in the air in approximately 7 minutes time.
Wow, that would be good if you could get in the air in 7 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll shortly be dimming the cabin lights for takeoff
Ladies and gentlemen,
once again for
the
landing.
aircraft doors
If you wish
now
to read,
closed.
then
So
a reading
at
light
this
can be
time,
found
all
in the
electronic
panel above you.
equipment needs to be turned
Alternatively,
off
for our
and
business
left
and first class
until 10
passengers,
minutes
a reading
before
light
our
can be
flight.
found
If you came on board with
by
a
your
mobile
left
phone,
shoulder.
please
Thank you.
check that now and make sure it's turned off and left off until you are in the terminal. My name is Francisca, and on behalf of the entire crew, we would like to welcome you aboard. In just a moment, we will be showing you a very important safety video.
Yeah, really.
We ask for a few minutes of your undivided attention for this important message. Thank you, and again, welcome on board.
Yeah.
Flight attendants, arm doors for departure.
Right. What has happened there is there's two recordings have got mixed up. They seem to be playing at the same time, which is not good. Okay.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Alright. So, I've also got XP Realistic on here. Now, XP Realistic has some sounds, but not a lot. They're more to do with effects, so I don't think that is what caused that. I believe that two things were just mixed up there. So I'll have to get on to Kevin about that. So during cruise...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're currently at a cruising altitude and the weather's looking pretty good. We should have a smooth flight and we expect to land approximately 15 minutes ahead of schedule. If the weather continues to cooperate, we should get a great view of the city as we descend. And until then, please sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
There you go, sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. I must admit, whenever I hear a captain say that when I'm flying in real life, I find it really patronising. You can only sit back and relax if you're in first class or business. Anyway, so I think you get the gist of it, and all of these things happen automatically as certain things take place. So when you get to top of cruise, you would hear that message, top of cruise message there. There are some custom user sounds. You can create your own user sounds there. There's 15 or 16 of them. Oops, I've gone back to the top, don't want that. Let's get back down here. You've got disable volume controls to enable passengers FX disabled, so you can have the volume up, volume down. It's ATC here, which is interesting. I haven't seen that one. Oh, so you can enable ATC, and I suppose you hear ATC throughout your flight. Right, bear with me. I have a phone call. Hello. I'm just streaming my minutes. I won't be long because I'm just doing PassengersFX. 10 minutes. Right, so I don't disable ATC. There we go. Let's have a look. Let's just play a couple of other sounds that I missed out. Oh, here we go. I like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the main cabin, we will be starting our meal service very shortly. We have two selections of entrees. We have a penne pasta with a cheese and tomato sauce. The other selection is a chicken with vegetables and a rice stuffing. We will be following our meal cart service with a beverage cart, and we do ask, if you are eating, as a courtesy to those behind you, if you could bring your seat up, just to let those behind you room to enjoy their meal.
Alright, okay, so whilst that announcement was going on then, what I did was I clicked on it to be able to make it into a pop-out window, so now I can move this window around onto another screen if I want, and then I can activate those messages myself if I wish to. Okay, so yeah, I think it's a nice package. It adds that little bit of immersion, and once again as I said, most of the things happen automatically depending on what phase of flight you're in. Whether you're at the gate, when you start your pushback, you'll hear different sounds. And of course, if you've got things like better pushback, which I have, I'll find it here when I get to my tablet. There. Ground services, you've got better pushback, so you know you pre-plan. I can accept that as it is. Yep. So.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
So you know, in conjunction with different things.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
You know, it just adds the whole immersion factor to it. Unfortunately, sometimes the tow truck goes into a building because of scale and what have you. But you know, that's just one of those things. Anyway, very short video, just showing you Xplane Addicted's PassengersFX. A nice addition. If you're looking for immersion, then you know a package like this is for you. All right. Okay. Well, I think that's it for the time being. It's like I say, a short one. I've got to make a phone call, and my dog is wanting, I think, to go out for a wee. So I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for tuning in. Short live stream. Scar
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Scar Games. I hope you get set up. Have a look on YouTube, and Showmoke. Nice to see you. You have a good day also. So there we go. Take care. Bye bye now.
Double in November.